Hi guys, welcome to another audio video, and I'll be reading Psalm 74 of the King James Version Bible, and it reads, O God, why hast thou cast me off forever? Why doth thine anger smoke against the sheep of thy pasture? Remember thy congregation which thou hast purchased of old, the rod of thine inheritance which thou hast redeemed, this Mount Zion wherein thou hast dwelt. Lift up thy feet unto the perpetual desolations, even all that the enemy hath done wickedly in the sanctuary. Thine enemies roar in the midst of thy congregations. They set up their ensigns for signs. A man was famous according as he had lifted up axes upon the thick trees. But now they break down the carved work thereof at once with axes and hammers. They have cast fire into thy sanctuary. They have defiled by casting down the dwelling place of thy name to the ground. They said in their hearts, Let us destroy them together. They have burnt up all the synagogues of God in the land. We see not our signs. There is no more any prophet, neither is there among us any that knoweth how long. O God, how long shall the adversary reproach? Shall the enemy blaspheme thy name forever? Why withdrawest thou thy hand, even thy right hand? Pluck it out of thy bosom. For God is my King of old, working salvation in the midst of the earth. Thou didst divide the sea by the strength. Thou breakest the heads of the dragons in the waters. Thou breakest the head of Leviathan in pieces, and gavest him to be meat to the people inhabiting the wilderness. Thou didst cleave the fountain and the flood. Thou driest up mighty rivers. The day is thine, the night also is thine. Thou hast prepared the light and the sun. Thou hast set all the borders of the earth. Thou hast made summer and winter. Remember this, that the enemy hath reproached, O Lord, and that the foolish people have blasphemed thy name. O deliver not the soul of thy turtle dove unto the multitude of the wicked. Forget not the congregation of thy poor forever. Have respect unto the covenant, for the dark places of the earth are full of the habitations of cruelty. O let not the oppressed return ashamed. Let the poor and needy praise thy name. Arise, O God, plead thine own cause. Remember how the foolish man reproacheth thee daily. Forget not the voice of thine enemies. The tumult of those that rise up against thee increaseth continually. Alright, guys, so in this psalm, the psalmist is speaking of what actually happened to the house of God, how it is that those that were against God actually demolished the house of God. They burnt it down, they broke down all they had to break down. That's when the children of Israel were actually brought into captivity and brought into captivity once again. Alright, so this is what was actually happening, and so he was asking God to remember them and not forsake them, and to remember that they're not the only ones that are actually being cast off, that the people were actually doing evil against God and blaspheming against God, that they're actually blaspheming against him and they're doing wrong by him also, not only by the children of Israel, but by him. And remember, the children of Israel, he said that they were his people, and if someone was doing harm to his child, then they were doing harm to him also. And so the psalmist is asking him to come to their aid, and don't forget the covenant that he made with all his servants before, the covenant that he made, that he will be there for them, that he'll be their God. And so he asks that the Lord would actually help those that have forgotten him to actually call out to him once more, okay, and let them not just fall prey to the wicked, but raise them up once more and return them to that place where they were in Him. Guys, do you want to return to that place that you were in God? Are you finding yourself in a place that you're not as close as you were with God before? You need to get back to that place, okay? As I said that, this song came to me. We need to get back to the basics of life. So we need to get back to the heart of worship. We need to get back to the heart of God. We need to get back to the heart of our where we actually had testimonies. We need to get back to the place where we actually have manifested powers and giftings from God. We need to get back to those places. Okay, we need to get back to that place where we were so close with God that we felt His presence daily, and we needn't have any questions in our mind as to whether or not God is with us and He is actually working through us. Because if you're questioning, that means that something is wrong. And so we need to check ourselves. We need to reassess ourselves. Okay, we need to reevaluate and come back. All right, so guys, I'm going to leave you right there. Please remember to continue to walk in your salvation. And if you've not yet gained it, then seek it. There's no better time to begin than the present. Have yourselves a blessed day. Bye.